Friends, today we are discussing some basic terminologies and definitions in sampling theory. These terminologies or definitions are included in second year semester 3 theory of sampling statistics paper 2, which is affiliated to Mumbai University. So let's start. First, in the sampling there are two main parts. First is population and second is sample. What means population? Population is the complete set of all possible observations or individuals or items of the type which is to be investigated. For example, we are going to study the average weight of 800 students in a particular college. So, average weight of 800 students, are the observations in the population. So, population consists of weight of 800 students. It is set of 800 physical observations which are weights of each student. So it is called as population. So 800 students is set of 800 students is also called as population. So population mainly may be finite or infinite. Population can be either finite or infinite. When the number of observations in the population are countable and definite, then it is known as finite population. In previous example, the average weight of 800 students in a college, it is an example of finite population because 800 students we can measure easily or count easily, and 800 figure is a finite. So it is called as finite population. So what means infinite population? When the number of observations in the population are uncountable or countably large, infinite, or not measurable, then it is known as infinite population. So for example, infinite population means temperature of particular day. So temperature may be considered as it is 12 degree, 20 degree, 30 degree, 40 degree. So temperature may be any figure value in the range 0 to infinity. So parameter space, population space will be 0 to infinity. Value of the temperature belong to in the interval 0 to infinity. Or number of accidents in a world per day. So number of if you consider number of accidents, so it will be 0, 1, 2, 3, so on up to. We don't know the exact number of accidents in occurred in world per day. So that's why. So the population space will be 0, 1, 2, so on up to infinity. So any value between them. So next is population unit. What means population unit? So we can say that the population is a set of observations. So any individual term, individual item, individual observation in the population is called as population unit. For example, average, if we consider average, if we consider weight of 800 students, so student X has weight 50 kilogram, so it is a population unit in the 800 students. So next part is sample. What means sample? Sample, a well representative finite subset or part of the population is called as sample. Sample is a subset of population. Sample consists of values or items or sample units belong to the population also. And if you consider average weight of 800 students in college, so weight of 50 randomly selected students which represent whole population, that is a weight of 800 students, will be called as a sample. So set of 50 observation is called as sample. Then sample unit. As we see in population unit, the sample unit is any individual or item or observation in the sample is called as sample unit. So sample unit is item or individual or element in the sample. Next, parameter. A parameter is a measurable characteristics of a population sorry, or is a typos, of a population such as mean or standard deviation. So parameter is again any admissible value or characteristics of population. It is a constant value which represent whole population. So we can say that sample mean is a population mean is a parameter, or population variance is a parameter. Then statistic. What means statistic? So any function tx of observed sample values x1, x2, xn is called as statistics. For example, we can say that summation xi. So summation xi means sum of observed sample values I running from 1 to n xi is called as statistic. So next, estimator. What means estimator? A statistic tx is said to be point estimator of parameter theta if t is a function of sample space to parameter space, where S is the sample space and script theta is the parameter space. Parameter space means all possible admissible values of parameter theta, and sample space means all possible admissible values of the x1, x2, xn, or x is called as a sample space. So next, bias. Statistical bias is a feature of statistical technique or of its results whereby the expected value of the result differ from the true underlying quantitative parameter being estimated. So statistical bias means the expected value of estimator should be equal to parameter plus some uncontrollable factor or some other positive or negative factor b theta. So b theta is the bias here. Okay, so what means unbiased estimator? In unbiased estimator, here the b theta bias is 0. If b theta bias is 0, it is called unbiased estimator. That means we can get expected value of t, expected value of estimator is equal to estimate theta. So b theta is 0, then it is called unbiased estimator. If b theta is negative, then it is negatively biased estimator. If b theta is positive, then it is positively biased estimator. So next point is mean square error. What means mean square error? The average squared difference between estimated value and actual value, that is expected value of t minus theta bracket square, is called as a mean square error. In next lecture, if we find some, if you consider some example, we can easily find out mean square error, unbiased estimator, bias, and standard error, and more. in that example with proper estimator and estimate parameter theta. So next is standard error. Standard error of statistic Tx is standard deviation of sampling distribution, of its sampling distribution, or we can in other words we can easily say that an estimate of standard deviation of Tx, standard deviation of Tx is equal to standard error. So next, what means sampling frame? If you consider this figure, the first circle, which is a larger, it includes all the items or individuals or observations, is called as universe or population. Sampling frame gives us a list of points which are included in sample are depicted in the universe, So what the sampling frame means is the source material or device from which a sample is drawn. It is a list of all those within a population who can be sampled and may be included in individuals, households or institutions. On that sampling frame, we can get a sample as shown or depicted values here. So next point, what means sampling design? Sampling design, a combination of sample space and associated probability measure PS is called as sampling design and will often be denoted as P. Probability measure is denoted as P. So if we consider a population consists of 4 units and we can find out a sample of 2 units, suppose the probability of selection of different samples are different, then without replacement sampling design is given below as, so samples are, first sample is 1, 2. So if we consider the population consists of 4 units, 1, 2, 3, 4. So sample consists of 2 units, small n is equal to 2. So all possible samples without replacement are 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 2, 3, 2, 4, 3, 4. And these associative probabilities we can define, or we can take it as equal occurrence, equally likely samples or events. So we can take any values between 0 to 1 as a probability measure, and sum of all these values is equal to 1. So if you take all this sum is equal to 1. So sampling design means is combination of sample space and associative probability measure PS. So next, sampling scheme. Sampling scheme gives conditional probability of selection of units of different draws. It is a conditional probability of selection of units in different draws, that is specifies the values Pi. I is equal to 1 to capital. So Pk, it is generally denoted as Pki Ik, given that I1, I2, Ik minus 1 events are already happened, or I1, I2, Ik minus 1 samples are already drawn. So probability of selection of ikth sample unit, given that I1, I2, Ik minus 1 sample units are already drawn. Clearly, if the sampling scheme is known, the sample may be drawn readily, and therefore, so probability can be estimated by using conditional probability law. So formula is given in here. So if we consider again population consists of 4 units, 1, 2, 3, 4, and sample, we have to draw sample of size 2, then probability of drawing sample 1, 2 is given by. So if you consider equally likely events 1, 2, 3, 4, probability of getting any of the sample is equal to 1 by 4, 1 by 4, 1 by 4, 1 by 4. And if we consider without replacement, so probability of S is equal to probability of happening 1, 2 plus probability of happening 2, 1. That is equal to probability of happening 1 is 1 by 4, and second is conditional probability of happening second unit. Given that first unit is happen, that means we have to select only we have to select second unit from only 3 population units, as without replacement first unit is happened. So 1 by 4 into 1 by 3 is equal to 1 by 12. So this is the sampling probability by using sampling scheme. Next point is NSSO and CSO. What means NSSO and CSO? So as per the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation, MOSPI, the 2 organizations, 2 offices are working to find out planning or economical planning of country, or find out some progressive reports of the country. So NSSO means National Sample Survey Office. So we can go to the NSSO website to see the exact working of NSSO. So National Sample Survey Office, NSSO, which is work under Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation, and its work is divided in some parts, which are reports of NSS are already shared through reports of National Sample Survey NSS, then unit level data of various rounds of National Sample Survey, urban frame surveys, then UFS maps, defense areas, and all other reports are given in the website, in the web page, as shown in the browser, in this browser or in this web page. So National Sample Survey organization or National Sample Survey is working for development of country and to create or to make National Sample Survey report, statistical publications, annual reports of ministry, program implementation and monitoring, various indexes, that means GDP, etc., statistical manuals, and so and so. So the development of country or progress of country, National Sample Survey Office makes a crucial role. So as given in as all details are given in this web page. So I can share the link to you also. Let's go to the Central Statistical Office. So Central Statistical Office is also working under Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation, and he is working related to the Central Statistical Office coordinates the statistical activities. I make it zoom. The Central Statistical Office coordinates the statistical activities in the country and evolves statistical standards It is headed by Director General, assisted by 5 additional Director General. CSO has the following division. So first division is National Account Division. This division responsible for the preparation of national accounts. Second division is Social Statistic Division, SSD. This division is entrusted with statistical monitoring of the Millennium Development Goals, environmental economic accounting, grant in aid for research, workshop, seminar, conference, so and so. Third part is Economic Statistics Division, ESD. This division conducts economic census, complies all India Index of Industrial Production, IIP, energy statistics and infrastructure statistics, so and so. Training division, this division primarily responsible for the training manpower in the theoretical and applied statistics to tackle the emerging challenges of the data collection analysis and dissemination required for the evidence-based policy making. And last, coordination and publication division. The division looks after coordination work with CSO as well as with the line ministries and state or union territories governments in statistical matters, organizations, conference and central and state statistical organizations. Statistical Day every year prepares the result for framework document. Citizens, clients, characters and annual action plans, so and so. It is a working of CSO, Central Statistical Office. So these are some basic terminologies and definitions which are included in theory of sampling. For any queries, make me draft as on my email kiran.patil9020@gmail.com. Thank you for watching.